Hey Ketchikan, this is Danielle Duckworth here, and I'm here to talk about National Prevention Week. And did you know that prevention teaching used to be just say no, just don't pick up, just don't do drugs? I think that the evidence has shown that just telling people not to do something isn't enough to have them not do something. What we're learning more and more about prevention is having healthy outlets, having alternative resources, alternative activities to occupy your time. We are trying to raise awareness that the prevention realm and sector can look like so many things. Prevention happens when we are walking around the lake with our kids. Prevention happens when we're going to the gym and setting goals and staying dedicated to those goals. Prevention happens for me in those areas also, but a big one for me is sharing my recovery story honestly with my kids. I've been very open with my kids about my struggles with substance use disorder and the road that took me down. Fortunately, that is no longer where I live, and I'm happily in recovery now and get to spread the experience, strength, and hope that a life in recovery brings. The reason why prescriptions was the topic that I chose to speak about a little bit is because that's where my downward spiral kind of started. Really, I lived in Ketchikan my whole life, did the beaches and bonfires activities like I'm sure there's still some kids doing, and never thought in high school that I would end up where I did in my 30s. So I talked to my kids about that. I talked to my kids about what it looks like and the consequences of what the party scene can lead to. And I have gotten to bring them to many different events. I'm the co-founder of the Stop the Stigma Recovery March and Resource Rally. And that's an event where we gather together a whole bunch of people in the community that are either in the recovery community, that they're recovering from their own substance use or alcohol disorders, or people who are affected because their family members struggle or have struggled or have recovered. So we rallied, we marched through town, and our kids were with us. There's some pictures on my Facebook, the Stop the Stigma Facebook page, of my daughters in the pouring down rain carrying some signs, just watching me be able to share my story with my community. And for me, that's prevention, because if I can go through what I went through and share openly with them what I've gone through and how I've come out of that, as they are growing up, they're only seeing the recovery side of my story. And you never know what time's gonna do. You never know what choices your kids are gonna make. Regardless of all of the things that I try to teach them and be honest with them about, one of them could go down a road of using drugs and alcohol. And my hope is that if that is the case, that they would know where to go if they needed help. So we need to speak out, we need to speak about the problem, but we need to speak about the solutions too. There's a lot of people struggling, but there is a lot of people who are recovering too. There are many different ways to help. There's many different roads to recovery. There's groups, there's clinicians, there's treatment, there's intensive outpatient treatment, there's an inpatient treatment. Like, the list goes on and on and on. Really, how you get clean and sober almost doesn't matter. It just matters that you get clean and sober. And so for me today, I just wanted to share a little bit of hope that if this is something that you know about or are struggling with, reach out to people. There's 12-step meetings that you can go to. We have a new crisis line in Ketchikan, the Ketchikan Cares crisis line. The number is 225-2273. That's 225-CARE. And it can connect you with services both in the mental health fields and in substance abuse fields. Like, just don't be afraid to speak up. We want to stomp the stigma, speak out, reach out, ask for help. There's so many people here that want to help you. So don't stay in that place. Thanks.